Sing my song, my song. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire.
Up next, for Phoenix, tonight is a tough task. But in front of a raucous home crowd cheering them on, anything can happen. Is next. We'll be right back.
They say revenge is a dish that's best served cold. The good young, we all grow old. In a world where you never fit you, and if he cries wolf, you can never believe him. Easy to say, so they say. Be a good boy, Johnny. Don't you ever play with? So they say, so they say. You gotta crawl before you fucking walk before you. So they say.
2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. Onside. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Taking a look here at the visitors. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on. And checking out Phoenix, 2 games back.
Well, right now for Phoenix, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectations. But I think this team can take it to another level if they get rolling.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Johnson is out there with Davis. Then it's the kid. And there's Jackson. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Phoenix, Woolridge is out there with McCaw. And there's Captain Clutch. And it's Pierce. And it's Campbell in at the power forward position. And the kid picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit. And drew the whistle.
Pass to Woolridge. And Davis pulls it down. Here's the kid. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Outside, Davis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Johnson, the pass to Mr. Perfect. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
Yeah, that trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Davis with a screen on Woolridge. The kid can't hit.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it... Was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Captain Clutch. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. McCaw, the pass to Charles. Off target from outside. Gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hey, Shams, for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA, it's been LeBron's league, it's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think, coming up around the corner?
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep an eye on Victor Wembanyama, the way that Victor Wembanyama could take over the league. And already, so early, was so special. Victor Wembanyama is someone to keep an eye on.
Okay, they just passed a note down to me, or dang here. Oh, what about Anthony Edwards in Minnesota? He's another one, right? Young American player who is really making an impact.
Anthony Edwards. Devin Booker, you have to consider those two as well. And it's special, the crop of young players that we have coming up in this league. One of them is sure to emerge as this generation's, whether you want to call it Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, there will be a face-off this crop.
And we cannot wait. McCaw with the bucket. Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing and covering the NBA. But listen, I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decent in.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
55 seconds left to play in the first. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For Phoenix, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Some changes for Phoenix. Clutch is checked in for Captain Clutch. Melo comes in for Pierce. And Easy Breezy subbed in for McCaw.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Here's the closer. 9-point game his last outing. Throws it up high.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Phoenix leading by 4. There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
For Phoenix, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And Phoenix making a change here. Woolridge is checked in. Now, here's Johnson. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. To the right side. Anderson kicks to Johnson. No good. Here's Easy Breezy. Nice shot from the wing. Johnson outside. He got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Phoenix in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
We've got Davis. Jackson is out there with the kid. Then it's Mr. Perfect. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys on the floor.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you said.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. Easy Breezy's checked in for Phoenix. Hey, Shams, we know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done, but just does not happen, whether it sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason. But I try to wait as best I can to make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
Outstanding. Now here is Woolridge. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Traps in the tray. And now it's a 9-point Phoenix lead.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Davis finds Johnson. Here's Jackson. Unable to get that one. Nice D from Woolridge. Phoenix leading by 9. And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. There's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better for whatever reason and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pull in the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for playoffs, competing for a title. If you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said. Here's Tavares. He has 7. Pulls it up. Mr. Perfect with the rebound. Mr. Perfect's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
And there's the call on Easy Breezy. That's his first foul. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Captain Clutch, he's checked in for Clutch. Campbell comes in for Miller. Pierce is checked in for the Dude. And McCaw is subbed in for Easy Breezy. Now here's Jackson. He's got 5. Pass to Davis. Goes back up. Davis dishes to Johnson. Here's the Kid. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feed. 10 points for the Kid.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And what a treat it was to have Sean stop by. He's definitely become part of the fabric of the NBA.
Yeah, and I'll say this. You won't need a harder worker in terms of NBA coverage. Shams has amazing dedication to his craft.
The waiter's checked in for Woolridge. Here's the Kid. Campbell defender. Jackson. Johnson, the pass to the Kid. And the call will be against D. That is his first foul of the game. So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, well, once things start going in that direction, regaining your composure defensively is not easy to do.
Here's Jackson. Phoenix able to drain the 3. Outside, Davis. Pass to Johnson. Here's Mr. Perfect. Campbell grabs the board. Campbell's got 5 rebounds tonight. Fires from deep. And so that's the end of the first half. Phoenix leads by 11. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise.
Bench Bob. They've been on one, giving those starters a breather, and it's providing instant offense.
And time for a look here at how the West is shaping up as we can. Thank you for being with us.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You got to like what the kid has done in this game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
They've got Woolridge. Campbell is out there with Pierce. And it's Big Daddy. And it's Charles in at the 5. So that's who Chauncey Billups starts the second half with. The kid passes to Mr. Perkins. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Campbell. And that one drops. Campbell's got 8 points. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number two, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call heaves at the end of quarters.
The shot by Pierce, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's the kid. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Phoenix leading by 13. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Phoenix. They're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And you know right now for the visiting team, they're coming together probably slower than most people anticipated, but still extremely dangerous, but trying to work out some kinks here early on.
Now Campbell, 8 points for him. The kick out to Pierce. Second shot opportunity, and he hits the jumper for 2.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
And you look at the kid, almost all the way up there in the top spot. I don't know if he'll make it to number 1. But you'd have to say he's going to be a part of the contest for sure.
It's looking that way, and the contest will be a lot better off having him in it. He always puts on a show.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going. Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
To the inside, here's Woolridge. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight. He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration.
Scared. Eyes open, I can see it clear. They don't make them bar none, they don't make them real. They don't make it where I'm from, they don't take it here.